Willie on the beat.
Uno got the streets going crazy.
On the last episode of Let's Drive, we looked at the X6 xDrive 30D M Sport. It's a diesel, but it pulls all day. But in my opinion, the true king of the X was always the 5. The 5 is superior, the 5 is best. Fight me in the comments. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at the kind of new 2021 BMW X5 xDrive 40i M Sport, of course. You're going to see the M badge on the side. So, let's do the niceties. The S-Drive and the X-Drive both rock the same 3-liter turbocharged inline 6, putting out 335 horsepower at 5,500 RPM, 331 foot-pounds of torque at about 2,000 RPM thereabout. And, I mean, it's just like all the other X5s, 8-speed automatic, with manual mode, of course, for all the fun. According to BMW, regardless of if it's an S-Drive or an X-Drive, whatever drivetrain configuration you have, it should knock out 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour in a quick 5.3 seconds thereabout. Inline 6 is assisted by a 48 volt mild hybrid system that does electrical doodads and magic to get you at an average of about 21 to 23 miles per gallon, 25 miles per gallon highway. It's pretty good for the X5 size. It's huge and, you know, keeps it pretty quick at the same time. So you get the best of all worlds. To put that into perspective, going to Ocherias from Kingston or vice versa in the X40i would be about 2,500 Jamaican dollars in gas based on current prices. I worked that out at about 160 per liter. So
very spacious glove box. Like it takes my whole hand.
Of course, take that with a grain of salt. But, you know, that's what it would be there about under the AC, of course. And then you can double that for Montego Bay. Sadly, though, for the future petrol heads, the beloved big brother to this car we're reviewing today, the M50i, which is, you know, the bigger brother to our current X40i, will return in the future, but as an xDrive 45e, which is a hybrid. So no more V8s, guys. A moment of silence for a fallen. Anyway, the current M50i still remains the same powerful 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. We got 523 horsepower, 553 foot-pounds of torque to all four wheels. So grab them and protect them at all costs. Well, protect it at what it costs, because you still have the X5M if you still want to go up another level. So, as regards to what comes to the X5 though, you know the usual: power everything, panoramic sunroof, especially on this model, adaptive air suspension, which
ride height control too.
Yeah, it has an air suspension. It's nice. I have extra cars right here. This is extra cars right here as well.
Double beam.
Yeah.
works wonders, but we'll talk about that later. Dual zone climate control, front and rear with nice materials. They feel kind of soft and spongy, but you know, there is plastic, cheap plastic. There's gonna always be cheap plastic in various areas, but you can't really get away from cheap plastic in a mid-trim SUV. But you know, you have a full power tailgate that can be operated in or outside the vehicle with brilliant features inside BMW's iDrive, including Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I tried to look up my podcast on here, but I didn't know how it works because I'm poor, so I tried to like do it and it didn't do it, so I was like, whatever, forget about it.
Will it work? It's connected to your phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bro. How do you search?
I don't even know, but I never use it yet.
Because I'm trying to find a search button. Well, these are probably just what you have already in your thing as a browse. But that go on here, man. What's that business? That's crazy. can check your messages.
The appointments for the day, listen to your
And you have a BMW app?
It brings it back to the iDrive.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So I can open my trunk from here. Quite nice.
It is.
I can close it.
In regards to how the X5 drives, on the other hand, in my opinion, the X5 is in general a great all-rounder. What I mean by this is that it's pretty much good enough at everything. Nothing exceptional, but nothing horrible either. A great average SUV to me. It's soft when you want it to be, allowing you to have the ability to de-stress after a long day. And if you hustle it along, it'll deliver you some favorable performance results. You're never without power and poise, but neither are you without luxury and elegance, as it's quite understated. Also, in this black on black spec, at night, you're basically invisible. Had it not been for these ultra bright and very distinctive laser headlamps and tail lamps, they wouldn't even know it's a BMW. In regards to the adjustable air suspension though, 10 out of 10 on my part. Because it's a work of art, and I wish you could feel what I'm saying instead of just hearing it. But this suspension works wonders. As you can tell by a few things, we're in Jamaica. In your country, you have potholes in your roads. Here, we have whole roads in our potholes. Our potholes have gotten to a point where I'm sure one of them has a P.O. box. But unfortunately, though as precise as the steering felt, I still felt detached from the driving experience. It's the main complaint with the X5 really. Like in other BMWs, there's just not enough feedback. Regardless of what driving mode you're in, Sport Plus, Sport, Dynamic, whatever, it's regardless, the steering wheel still feels kind of vague. You do get the feeling through the chassis that it's a very athletic car. The way BMW designs their chassis, trust me, the X5 feels great in terms of how it sits on the road and how it goes, but the steering, it still leaves a bit to be desired. Especially being with the integral active steering, it adds rear wheel articulation, but it doesn't really help in regards to steering feel or anything. But it does help when you're parking and for a really tight turning circle. All in all though, BMW tried a lot of things to make this 5,425 pound SUV drive like a smaller, sportier car, and for the most part, to me, they've gotten it right. The engine is as remarkable in power and sound as you'd expect for the price. And you know, it's a good buy for me. I personally, even though I'm more of a fan of the M50i, which is what my ideal X5 would be.
This confidence, like it's hugging you. Even though I'm not being touched by anything like in a 3 Series, but it feels like there's space, but I'm still in control. It's like it's like driving an X5 is like I just gained a lot of weight. It's just an extra skin. You get that comfort, but you also like you also know that you're driving something way faster than you should be allowed to drive. Look, and it goes.
And you're going straight.
Let's see how it does from a dig. Let's see. Wow. That was already faster than you can legally go anywhere in the island. And it's crazy because you shouldn't expect something this big to pull like that. Because we're in the age of fast SUVs now. And all the SUVs that, like, you know, they do most of the work for you, so you're able to like do what you'd have to stress a car out to do easily in an SUV. Wow, that's crazy. This gives you way too much confidence. This gives you way too much confidence. You shouldn't be able to do any of what it's allowing you to do at all. This shouldn't really realistically be possible. And being in manual mode, it encourages you to use the gearbox properly. It doesn't automate everything for you. So, but the only thing is probably because the paddles move with the steering, you really have to keep track of which paddle is up and down. Because let's say you're shifting the corner.
That's why I shift from the.
Yeah, you best always shift from here. Because like, let's say you're in full lock and you not need another gear. It really does do, like, trust me. Wow. Take it out of manual. Okay. Then you just press that.
I release everything.
It puts the indicator on. Whoa. And it's going right here in its really tight spot. It'll fit though, because there's space. Wow. Y'all see the spaceship, right? I know y'all see the spaceship. There go the other ones, you know. You can get you a Mini too, don't worry about it. Minis are great too. The X40i. Crazy stuff going on right here. This is pretty much witchcraft. If you did this in the 1900s, you'd be burnt at the stake. Your horse can ride itself. That's crazy. Look at it adjusting itself. Like it's like.
Yeah, it's giving you even amount of space.
Yeah, on both sides.
So you can park it in that spot now.
Yeah. Go that way or so?
Whichever one, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I got that.
So, all in all, X5, good car. Go buy one. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for looking around. Also, ensure to like and subscribe for more. We got more cars coming. And if you have a cool car you'd like us to come check out, come review, let us know. Hit us up on our emails, our social medias. Just get it all at. Just let us know what's up. We can come check it out. See if you really ride nice. Thanks again. Y'all have a great rest of this 2021.